Okay, so what do we do? I don't think I really want any of those. A lot better. Yeah, sorry. I just have my headphones turned down to begin with, and I was not watching my... let's see. Can I click the map? Go back to removing things. I'm going to remove Power Shield. I'm honestly going to remove the Fire Spirit. Maybe? Maybe I shouldn't. Will have to be okay for now. Let's go with that. I haven't died in a while. Let's see. Maybe I could have bought something there. Okay, it was good that I upgraded the healing potion because I was hoping there would be a... Oh boy. I was seriously hoping there would be a healing thing after the boss there, but I guess we didn't get it. Or I walked right past it. I'm not entirely sure. Let's see. Get an ad blocker for YouTube to avoid weird YouTube ads. I would ask that if you do get an ad blocker for Twitch and or YouTube, that you find some means of, like, kind of counterbalancing that for the creators that you're watching. And I realize whenever I bring this up, I get a lot of people that's like, it's my right to block all of the ads. And it's like, I guess that's true. But, like, I remember looking it up once, and I don't like looking this answer up, but I believe if everybody actually did watch ads on my videos, I would get, like, 3 times as much money. Which obviously is, like, yeah, that's not exactly, you know, that's me being a bit self-serving, but it's like, imagine if you found out that your boss was, or, not your boss, but, like, people should be paying you 3 times as much or something like that. My general recommendation would actually be, especially for YouTube, YouTube Red is awesome. I know a lot of people kind of poo-poo it, but I have been using YouTube Red since it was introduced, and it is an incredibly convenient thing. Because it's effectively just no ads on YouTube ever. Also, unlimited music on Google Play, which is really cool. The other thing is just chuck, literally, I believe, $1 at a creator. Because I think each... let me do the breakdown. I make... much... I make about $4... $3 to $4 per 1,000 views on YouTube. So each view is worth, what? 0.3 cents? Yeah. 0.3 cents. So if you watch 1,000 videos of a YouTuber, maybe give them $3, and it's the equivalent of not watching a single ad on that platform. And I don't know, that actually seems like a fairly reasonable approach as far as I'm concerned. I have no means of getting rid of this fire, but I've got the defense for it. Probably should have tower shielded, but whatever. Let's see. Do we do fuel? No, we got to do the fire barrier. Duplicate acid on that sucker. Can't do anything more with this. I guess I'll just do fuel on him anyway. Whoops. That's inner peace. I'm not doing that. Well, I'm doing fine, despite the fire. I have no immediate way to, like, hurt people. Which is kind of awkward. I missed that greatsword from the last run. But that said, I am super tanky. Let's see. Acid Spear. Adds a stack of acid, deal 1 damage, change terrain to acid. Oh. That's actually pretty good. Doesn't mean I can't chuck it over, but it works well with my... Yeah, let's grab that. I don't think I want the rest. It'd be fun to just have a bunch of acid pets as a round someday where I just have unlimited summons. But that would be... Where was this? I needed this earlier. Nah, it's fine. I got enough HP. Oh, I should have gone to the other one. Why did I go to this guy? Much more ads if they weren't prone to viruses, malware, and information harvesting. I mean, information harvesting, you just can't get around that on the internet at this point. If you're logged into a website, or even if you're not logged into a website, it's pretty much impossible to avoid them collecting data on you. And I haven't heard of a single ad going through like YouTube or Twitch that was virus-ridden. But then again, I don't really pay attention to that as much as maybe I should. But again, that's why I also say, like, you don't need to watch ads if you just chuck a buck at your favorite creators. Doesn't even have to be me. I just know a lot of people that specifically, like, have quit. And I always feel super bad. Let's see. Okay, I'm out. Set him on fire? That should be able to just wreck him. But it's like, it is hard to be just like an online entertainer nowadays. Ow! Ow! Homeboy hurts. Okay. Heal up. Acid Spear. He's on the defensive, which is good. Let's Acid Splash the dude in the back. I was looking at... Was it? I was looking at a list of famous content creators on YouTube recently, and how many of them were even still, like, pushing content on their YouTube channels. And it was depressingly, like, small numbers. I don't know. It's weird. I've been buckling down for the last, like, year or two. And I've gotten to the point where I guess I'm actually outlasting all of the people that, like, inspired me to start. I don't really like that feeling. It feels weird and sad. Okay. Do we want to grab Superior Fire Immunity? I could. It seems a little late for that, though. Because we're about to leave. Yeah, I've got one more boss after this. So unless it's those explodey guys, and I'm not even sure. Those explodey guys might be able to just explode off of me anyway. YouTuber to implement watch an ad, give a creator 5 cents option, remove mandatory ads on videos. I feel like that could be a good system. Yeah, I could actually see that working really, really well. I can't imagine they would do it, but I could see that working. Or at least people liking it. Let's check up the fire pit. I think YouTube is too busy trying to optimize getting as many videos in front of people as possible, and will probably stay there for a very long time. I can't blame them too much. It's certainly working. Like, freakouts aside, the platform is, quote-unquote, better from a business side of things and has been for a while. Sadly, and bafflingly, that seems to have been somewhere around the adpocalypse happening. YouTube's ultimately an R&D playground for their content identification and catering AI. Yup. Currently what they're doing, actually, that's both really cool and kind of freaky, is... Oh, is it called Google Lens? Which is, drink this, do poison on him, and wait. I believe it's Google Lens, where they are doing testing on image recognition for the sake of advertising purposes. So, back when I first started doing YouTube, and for the first, like, 3-4 years of it, title, tags, and descriptions were the most important things. By far. You wanted to have those on point and perfect the entire way through. Nowadays, they've actually changed it, so apparently tags don't matter as much, at least from all of the sources I've heard. And that thumbnail detection is actually really... like, thumbnail detection is actually, like, really advanced at this point. And they've been going bananas, making it even better. And so if your thumbnails are, like, really on point and the algorithm can detect what your video is on, it can match it better. Unfortunately, right now what it's doing is just pairing most videos with weird children's content. They can't stop it. And they don't believe that it's a bug, which is very weird. I've been on support with YouTube trying to fix the problem because I don't know if you guys have seen a video on YouTube and the entire sidebar is just filled with kids crap. I think it happens for any video less than like 1,000 views or something like that, where it's just like, I don't know, just give them kid shit, and it's like, ah, shoot. I don't like that system. I hope they figure it out, or I hope the whole COPPA thing just squashes kids' videos so hard on YouTube that they just go away forever. Because that would mean gaming content would be king again. And boy howdy, I am invested in that potential. But they won't do it. It's time to crush YouTube and create our own video watching service. Blackjack and hookers. I doubt we would ever get like a full-on... Let's see, I guess I might as well move up. I doubt we'd ever get a full-on competitor to YouTube for the next, like, decade or so. Mainly just because of how expensive it is to run, like, a site like that. I could see Microsoft maybe getting into it with Mixer. Being like, okay, so pure streaming isn't working, but if we just have, like, video on demand... If we have video on demand, gaming content with, like, a really good search engine and categories and stuff, I think that could work. What I would personally love is, like, a really solid integration with, Messy. And on the plus side, I got his number and he does not have mine. Let's just get one of these bets. But yeah, I'd like some kind of proper storefront that pairs well with like a Twitch system. Because currently, like, what Twitch does is like, hey, I'm playing Rise of the Slime. You know, if you want to buy it, go to this link and stuff like that. I think that kind of works. But I think it would be better if it was like a solid library system. But then again, that's me coming from me being an old fogey on YouTube, old fogey YouTuber that doesn't really like this weird trend for clickbait and whatnot. Let's see. Isn't there a new Twitch-like thing that gave some streamer millions to switch to them? Yeah, that's Mixer. Which I think is almost a good idea. I think it would work better if they had made sure... Well, I don't know. I don't really know how good of an idea that was. I'm gonna get rid of Acid Blob. Oh, can I upgrade? Nope, can't upgrade Acid Spear. Alright, get out of here, Acid Spear. Let's see. Don't want to afford any of those yet. That's a fair bit of money, but we want to wait on this one. But yeah, Mixer specifically has been poaching streamers from Twitch for actually a while now. And I don't think it's a terrible idea. It's certainly something that, like, say Epic Games has been doing. Get it up and running before you blow that kind of money to bring in the celebrities. So, the problem is with trying to create a platform where there's already an entrenched business that is currently king, is that YouTube, or not YouTube, internet users are very stubborn, and don't like to change. They pick their website, and unless something goes really, really wrong, they will just stay there. And I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily, but it makes it very difficult for competitors to pop in without absolutely blowing, you know, the king of the hill out of the water. That's almost impossible to do without, like, an insane amount of money. And even then, if Microsoft is freaking loaded, and even, like, Epic Games is loaded, and you can't just, like, depose Twitch or Steam, respectively, just because. Let's see. Use fuel on him, and then acid splash. Okay, there we go. And so, what Mixer did was they started trying to poach YouTubers with solid communities that might and probably did follow them to some degree. I wouldn't say that, like, every one of Ninja's fans, for example, transferred over. But, you know, even if, like, 10% of his audience came over permanently, that means that Mixer now has 10,000 liquid people that are watching Mixer instead of Twitch, ideally. And so they've effectively bought, like, a package of fans and viewers that wouldn't have normally come over on their own. So it actually makes a lot of sense. It just sucks a little bit because it doesn't feel like the platform is actually worth going over to. It just means that there's something that people want is over there instead, and that isn't always the best system. I mean, again, that's kind of where Epic Games kind of falters a little bit, is that it is not a bad storefront, but, like, Steam's just kind of already there. And so what they're doing instead is just poaching a bunch of games. And to be fair, be careful. Anyone? To be fair, there's actually some things that I rather like about Epic over... Oh. I see. It tutorialized that in a way. Like, I rather like the fact that, Epic isn't just, like, totally covered in shovelware at this point. But that's kind of a silly reason to like a platform versus another. Ultimately, I feel like I'm going to be frustrated by the fact that these media sites are owned and run by megacorps. Yup. Because no matter what, you know, they're not actually what you're looking for. I know a few creators I follow switched over to Vimeo for the Kappa thing. They do action figure reviews for the 50 to 250 collector market. YouTube tagged all their stuff as kids. Yeah. So I think that one's okay. Unfortunately, I don't have that option. I don't know how many of you guys have followed that, but effectively, YouTube is starting to mark certain content for kids because they don't. Because a higher disposition of kids watch those videos and they can't, like, not track that information, sort of. And so instead, anything that is, like, popular with children just gets marked as for kids and is just, like, an information black hole. Which works, actually, fairly well. It just sucks for the creators, and so they're fleeing to... Vimeo actually makes a lot of sense. Somewhat. I don't actually know how good Vimeo is for marketing, which is kind of a problem. I feel like Vimeo was always one of those sites that was best for animations and art content, as opposed to, like, other more long-lasting content. I don't think this is the fire-related area, so I don't know how many zones we have. Just because a lot of Minecraft streamers are for kids doesn't mean all of them are. Yeah, and in fact, I think most gaming content is just fine, which is quite nice. Or no, we were just in the fire area. Now we're in the poison area. Ah, this is fine. We've got transmute acid, so we're super good. Let's see. What do we do? Tower shield, acid splash. I'll do fuel. These enemies are not staying on fire as much as I'd like them to, but I guess they're mostly just dying. But so I think action figure people going over there. Oh, he just healed off of my poison. Oh, I just healed off my poison. That's okay, that's why I've got so much fire, too. Vimeo is for music videos. Huh. Yeah, maybe that, too. I don't know. I haven't exactly, watched any Vimeo since, like, high school. I believe... Last time I used Vimeo was actually for a... was for my... One of my jobs in college. I was making brain animation videos, and we had to put them on Vimeo for conferences, which actually kind of works. Let's see, grab these things. But unfortunately, Vimeo specifically does not allow gaming content, so even if I wanted to, like, say, bail over that site... Oh, come on! Whatever. Even if I wanted to bail over to Vimeo instead, I couldn't. Gaming, however, has always been one of those things that YouTube wishes never existed. Actually, surprisingly, they like gaming a fair bit. They just don't like the gaming creators. Every experience I've ever had... let's see. It's on fire, I think. Not that fire bothers me too much. Duplicate his acid. The main problem is gaming content is not very mass market. It's a very niche audience that does not convert a whole lot of people from one to the other. Whereas, like, really funny meme videos, yeah, those can transfer an audience real quick from one to the next. I guess let's poison that guy a little bit more. That worked. We'll just keep moving back. Transmute acid high. There we go. Bango. Stop that. I'll just walk over the other things. Fine. Fuel. Duplicate acid. What are you going to do to me? I'm untouchable. Will you die? Buffs for days. Okay. Get anything useful? No. I think hard variety is still going to hold this game back a little bit. It's got some neat stuff to it, but it is... Still needs a lot more, well, stuff. Just gonna hoard cash, I think. I could get upgrades, but I think I'd rather just... I have no idea if there are permanent upgrades, now that I'm thinking about it. What's up, Spider-Man? Well, can't not pick that up, so I guess we'll just do this for the time being. How many animations really got in the boot from YouTube Spotlight the last few years? Like Mr. Weeble. So the reason why animation specifically got the boot, and why storytime animations and, like, I'm gonna say lower effort animations as opposed to, like, okay, Mr. Weeble was never particularly high animation value. That was definitely just animated memes. Before memes were really that popular. No, internet memes have always been a thing, just not to the extent, but, like, holy shit, everybody knew Badger Badger when I was growing up. Let's see. But the reason why animations got the boot on YouTube especially is because originally when YouTube first started, most of their monetization was entirely based on views. Whoever got the most amount of views generally got the most amount of money. But what they kind of realized eventually was like, oh no, that doesn't matter. It's all watch time. And so you can spend hours animating a thing. Say, like, making this extremely beautiful 5-minute animation. You know, every frame is a painting, and every frame is its own... nothing. We don't care for any of these. But then again, I've more or less perfected my build. Birdies! Be before me, birds. Okay. I guess I can't break that. Reasons. Let's see. But yeah, so you can spend... let's grab that HP upgrade at the very least. I could go for, like, max summons or something, but I'd rather hold over the cash. Oh, it's only fire pots that break the bramble. That probably makes more sense. Okay, so acid splash, summon, do that. Hopefully this guy does not just transfer or heal off acid. Well, maybe it does. Worst comes to worst, I can heal off of it myself. It's fine. Let's see. Okay, so we were talking about animation length and whatnot. So, effectively, the problem was views mean nothing. A video can get 1 million views, but if the watch time is only like 5 seconds per view, it has no worth. And so, yeah, the longer the video, the more ads you can put on it. But also, advertisers realize, like, oh, shoot. Yeah, no one cares about our ads for these really short videos. So even like beyond like trying to pack in multiple ads, and I believe you want to shoot for just above 10 minutes because that lets you get 3 ads in. Last I checked. I don't pay any attention to that because I honestly, I just put up 40-minute episodes because otherwise I'm never going to finish anything. But yeah, you want to shoot for like 10 to 15 minutes if you're trying to like... I'm going to say game the system, because a lot of people are at this point. But, whatever, it's business. Yeah, 15 has been the sort of Goldilocks for a lot of people here. I know of a guy that specifically has, like, YouTube's number so hard that, like, his videos are... I'm not going to say marketing perfect, but... How long are this guy's videos? Got this. Go for the summon cap up, but I just prefer to have a light build. Okay, so the answer is, yeah, right in that middle point between 10 to 15 minutes, somewhere around 12:50. I don't think any of this guy's videos really go above 16 ever. Or below 12 minutes. So the answer is above 12, below 16 is the current sweet spot. I feel like Game Grumps have been doing that forever. Game Grumps absolutely just fell into their success, mainly based on Aaron's fame before, and the fact that they're one of the better personality-based channels on the platform, which I think is entirely fine. Let's see. Get this open first. Anyway, let's switch topics a little bit. It's always been so weird to me to think that there was a time where you could just play games on YouTube and become Markiplier or whatever, and how quickly it became a content grind. So there's a very easy explanation for that. Ow, that hurt a lot. I can probably heal this though. I'll probably be okay. I might want to just like kind of bomb this guy, though. Actually, I should have bombed that thing. Oh, well. High heal, summon thing. Okay. So the reason why, I'm going to say 2009 to about 2013, you could just play anything on YouTube and become mega famous, is because there was very, very little content on YouTube, very few content creators that were actually any good. And so, like, you could put out a playthrough on, say, Dead Space 2, and very potentially be the only person to put out a playthrough on Dead Space 2. At least for some amount of time. I guess Dead Space 2 might have been a little bit popular, but, like, I knew one guy that got, like, stupid popular because he was one of the first people to have covered Final Fantasy. As goofy as that is, and he played through every single Final Fantasy game and got a shit ton of viewers just because he was the only one that was there. We might as well fuel that guy, because he's super on fire already. YouTube went from home videos to genuine media entertainment around the course of a year. Yeah, I'd still say it was about a 3-year process. And you can definitely see it with, like, a lot of people. But it absolutely was this weird gold rush, where a lot of people had never... Let's see. Might as well heal off of that. Tower shield up. Wait. A lot of people who had, like, never even planned on becoming YouTube famous or anything like that just started putting out videos. And because there was no one else, they just soaked up the views regardless of what they were actually good at. the streamers I watch is doing a Final Fantasy marathon at the moment. I think I saw him mentioning that on Twitter. Don't actually know the name, unfortunately, but whatever. Let's see. So he died. He dies. Acid splash him. There we go. There's that too. Like, if I want to watch Isaac, there's only certain streamers that come up on search. Yep. And to be fair, that's mostly just probably Northern Lion at this point. Maybe like one or two other people. Acid high. This is awkward. Just have to stay away from those bombs so I can actually hit him. And, oh, and he's dead. Perfect. And so yeah, there's certain like games where people can still have massive market dominance, and that still kind of works. But mainly it's just kind of a weird situation of people aren't looking for videos as much anymore. Like search results used to be king about up until about 2015, and then Related's got a lot more popular. Huh. Hudson Alexa. You don't watch Northern Lion, and his don't pop up a lot. Interesting. I wonder if his SEO is just bad, or... and I don't know. I don't try to diagnose why things work one way or another. I mean, I probably could if I looked at it hard enough and be like, oh, this is why this person does so much better. I just try not... I just don't try to compete in those markets if I can avoid them. Like, what's a good example? I mean, Bumbo came out recently and everybody was... I know tons of people were playing that. I did like a couple of videos and I'm like, yeah, this is fun. Yes. And then stopped because I knew there were enough other people covering it that, like, I'd only get a little bit of word in edgewise. Better than I play weird shit like Rise of the Slime, which I think actually Northern Lion did play recently, which is, I mean, good for him. Like, he's finally starting to play some of my favorite roguelikes, and I'm like, hey, cool! Other people will like these games. Because otherwise, yeah, sometimes it's just me, and I'm like, I don't know. These games are worth people's attention. If they do Fireberry, I'll just sit here and wait. Content on YouTube comes from your subscriptions now. Haven't touched a sidebar as search result in so long. I'll admit I get most of mine from search results at this point, but a lot of that just has to do with the fact that might as well just keep transmuting whatever that goes by. A lot of that just happens because I'm not really in the market of watching most people's content. I used to do like really heavy personality based. Ooh, Acid Storm. 2 acid stacks, 3 random on screen. Yes! Bouncing flask! I don't know if that's actually useful for my build, but I'm gonna grab it anyway. And I know I missed that pot, but I just don't care. We remove. It's super tempting to get rid of Fire Barrier. Let's do it. There's like one thing where it was helpful recently, and otherwise it's been mostly just hogging space. Hey, the music changed, so I'm not as sleepy anymore. Now it's just sad music. Would have been your potentially futile battle to avoid being marketed to by YouTube. I mean, on the plus side, with the whole, like, YouTube and Twitch marketing thing is they're effectively trying to show you things that you might actually be interested in. And I do have to say, like, there is a... I think there is a value in trying to show people content that they might be interested in. So, for example, I like to watch a lot of retrospectives on failed products or media things, and so, yeah, now there's like 7 channels that I'd never heard of before that I watch on the semi-regular, because it's kind of fun to listen to that sort of thing. Used to be back in the day. Truly, like, back in the day. The way that you would learn about, like, YouTubers and creators and stuff was by watching who they were collaborating with. That stopped a long time ago, though. Which is kind of good, I guess, because now people aren't asking for collabs as much as, like, a growth thing. Sucks, though, because people are less likely to collab in general. And it's like, no, but playing with people's fun. All the stuff it tries to show you is things other people want to see, not what you want to see. I don't know. Let's see, we have a fumble. Put this down. Dupe poison, who do we dupe? Trying to kill that guy, but I guess he's almost dead. Dupe him, toss poison there. We get pain. It's actually been an interesting thing I've noticed. I don't know how many of you guys pay attention to, like, streamers and marketing issues with them, but there's a very common trend on both YouTube and Twitch where creators will get kind of upset. Okay. So we want to work on this guy. A lot of creators, like small creators, get upset when they're not getting, like, much marketing. Hey, cascade effects. Love when that happens. iCard packs that I don't really care for. Some of these might actually be really good, but I just don't care. But I've seen a lot of people actually advocating for a YouTube-style marketing system specifically for smaller channels. And that caught me by surprise because I didn't really think people would be that. Well, I don't know. I'd always assumed people found that kind of marketing to be super unattractive. But half the creators I see posting are just like, bring that sort of thing back. And I'm like, what? Or like, add this to Twitch so people can find my stuff better. And it's like, oh, I guess. Let's see, what do we do? Air shield, summon pet. I want to hit my healing potion. Even if I don't know if I need it, I'm not actually sure if this guy's going to be able to hurt me. It seems like he's mostly going to just, like, walk up to me, defend a couple of times, and then just die horribly. But I guess that's a way to do it. Boop. Oh, interesting. Acid caps out at, or acid poison? It's one or the other. It caps out at 99. I don't think that used to be the case. I bet that's Cryoris's fault. It sounds like it's Cryoris's fault. No thank you. Kill me. That I need it too much. There's the bird statue for upgrading my things. Okay, tower shield, summon pet. I guess maybe Acid Storm would have been better. Just so the dupins could have duped. Okay. S-Splash. Fire Buddy. Set that guy on fire. What the hell are these things anyway? What are you? It's a Lamia. Certainly doesn't look like a Lamia. It looks like a really bored worm man. But then again, most of the Lamias that I'm used to are the DeviantArt ones, and boy howdy, there are some differences. Some sexy differences. It's Earthworm Jim at 55. Yeah, when he really let himself go and lost the suit. Sort of? Except for it looks like they've got sleeves going on in there. Oh, wait, no, never mind. That's their hands. It's like a weird bobble dagger thing that they're rolling. I don't know. Let's see. Let's just do Acid Storm. Work 12-hour shifts alone in a building with no windows. If it wasn't for gaming videos, you'd be in a coma nightly. Oh, God. Whatever you do, I salute you for your fortitude. I mean, I guess I work 12 hours a day. Though I have windows, I just put the shades down because I don't like light. Alright. Acid storm. Well, that works. Acid splash. Let's just go all in on this sucker. Suck it, Mushroom Man. Oh. I guess I don't get to keep his money. Bonk that guy a couple of times. Alright, what do we got? Fuel. Nah, let's get Fire Pit. Oh, I'm standing on acid. That's fine. Okay. Do Acid Splash. Do Tower Shield. Let's do those two, just for a bit. You're an alarm dispatcher. Get to sit in front of a computer and wait for someone's alarm to go off and have to do something. So like 90% of the time, getting paid to do nothing. I would still say that's kind of a sweet deal. That was actually one of the potential jobs that I was looking into before I got into this. I mean, I've talked about this plenty, but I specifically went through a period of living in my parents' basement being like, shit, I need money. You know, I need a job so I'm not just like some shiftless loser for the rest of my life. Because I would like to move out and, I don't know, get married to Shell and some other stuff. Like normal people would want to do. And so, I did a stint working for UPS doing delivery stuff, like running packages and whatnot. And that was actually really fun. Like, I would do that again if it wasn't a complete waste of time on my hand, just because I actually thought that was a cool job. The pay wasn't great, but then again, nowadays the pay ain't great for most things, so eh. Alarm dispatcher can be anyone. Honestly, came here from your only job being a convenience store cashier. Yeah. Oh, he's got his own little shield buddy going on. Cute. But yeah, so I was thinking about, like, maybe trying for security guard work or something like that. Even if it's, you know, well outside of my general skill set. I was like, I mean, what's the worst that could happen? It's not even what's the worst that could happen. Why does fire not stick around on these guys? I wonder if they have some kind of fire removal. Or does it tick down? Oh, it ticks down by 2. Okay, this is starting to hurt a little bit, which is an issue for me. But yeah, then I actually started to like do decently well on YouTube, so it wasn't as I guess important for me. Let's put this guy down. There we go. He's gonna just get gibbed. Here I go! Dies. I love that. His suckers are starting to hurt, though. Mainly just because my cards aren't good enough. Yep. There we go. Bango. And also bango. Oops. But yeah, I had a plan and everything, to be honest. There's a lot of... Oh, castle approaches. Oh. New zone. I haven't been here before. But I was probably going to get like an iPad with the iPencil. And like just do artwork all day while waiting for probably nothing ever to happen. That would have been lovely. What the hell is that? Boss slime. Oh shit, it's Dad. He's dead. They resurrected his corpse, put it on a stick, and they're sticking it at me. Probably should have gone with the defensive one. Oh well. So yeah, the reason why the fire guy isn't actually stacking up any extra fires, because fire decays at a rate of 2 per round. As opposed to, I think, poison, which goes down by 1. Let's see. So shit hurts, obviously. Let's do acid splash. Fuel. And drop the high potion. Pain's a bit hurty. As long as this guy stays in front, I'll probably try and poison Flanders. Just because he ain't moving anytime soon. Okay, we gotta get the poison up on him. Otherwise, we're gonna be in trouble. This might go bad. Okay, let's get him down. Just tank for a bit. Because this guy's gonna just die based on existence. And once he's down, a lot of the danger drops. Okay. Drop that. Let's set Flanders on fire. Probably should have actually gone a little harder on Flanders sooner than later. That pain is the pain. Quick step forward, go for the poison. Drop tower shield. And duplicate poison on that guy. Well, I was going to play some Dungreed tonight, but then this run took a little bit longer than I thought. I'm kicking ass. Let's just heal for a little bit every once in a while. Because that hurts. Your turn. Oh shit, he gets closer. Oh shit, he hurts. He's been upping his strength this entire time. Well, he hasn't been upping it too much. It still hurts. Fuel, acid splash, dupe acid. Let's just hope he doesn't do too much damage in the next... Okay, we're good. What's up, Necro Dad? First of the Necro Dancer. Dadcer? Ops. Fine. Double boss fight, though. I care not for any of these. Nor these. Why would you ever pick up pain? The throne room. There. The crown. It is mine. Take crown. Pink. Congratulations, you've attained the crown of kings. What will you do? Years passed, and your glory became the source of legends and songs. You think this is over? Well, we've unlocked some schmutz. Now, first and foremost, crown. We're now Slushy the Great. I seem very happy about these things. Edit Tinkerpet. Still don't know how to upgrade biscuits, honestly. I can store familiar, but it doesn't look like I actually have the capacity to do anything else. So, I don't know, maybe there's something bugged, but we beat the run, we maybe beat the game. I'll have to figure out what else is left to do in Rise of the Slime. But that's okay, because honestly, this is still an early access product, which means I've got a lot more to do. There's a lot more content that'll eventually come out. And so there's no immediate rush here. I don't know. I don't know what build I go for in the future. I think I'll just start over entirely and we'll just figure it out. when and where we get to that point. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I guess we might as well quit. So, until the next major patch,